Hi, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing fine. Um, Subscribe to my channel and all those things, very important because I want to get rich. We're going to talk about the bis key, all right? And the side B flat. I have a student that came, he's been my student for a while, and his band director told him that the bis key is not the correct key to use. And I have to sometimes hold myself back from yelling because it's ridiculous. The saxophone has different positions for B flat, and of course you have the bis key, which is a position for B flat. You also have the side key, and you also have this key that you can press while you're pressing the B, and you have the B flat. It's true that they have different tone qualities, and you might consider the side key like the official key. But the bis key is extremely important for technique development. When I moved to New York and I studied at Manhattan School of Music, many of the teachers that I had there were using the bis key constantly for jazz improvisation, and also a lot of classical musicians use it all the time. So it is a very important key that you should definitely study. And it's going to take a few years, but once you get it, it's very useful. It's going to improve your speed and everything. So let me show you what I do and how I developed it. How do I study? Basically, there's two principles. Let me bend this thing. I only have one camera, so let's see if you guys can see it well there. I think so. I can bend it even more. Yeah, there. So when you go down, you're going to use your side key. You go. When you go up, you're going to use the bis key. All right? So both of them are important. It depends on the circumstances of how you use it. So before I get into how you practice it, let me show you an example something where I use it a lot. If I use, Flight of the Bumble, when you go down, when you go down, I'm using the side key. When I have this passage over here, when I go, you see, I'm using both of them. I haven't practiced this in a while, so I'm sorry if it don't sound super clear. But I use both of them, and I interchange them. One going down, and the other one going up. So you have it's same thing on the high octave. You see? It is very important for those passages, that kind of thing. So remember, going down, going up, so that is the key. Going down with the side key, going up with the bis key. Now, for practicing the bis, there's the basic exercise. This is not something you're going to be using because I wouldn't do this. If I need to do a thrill, I'm not going to do that. I can go with this key, and if I want to go from A to B flat, you can also do. It depends on the circumstances, It really, really depends on the circumstances, how you're going to use it. But yeah, practice it going up and down. If this feels a little stuck here, it could be that your saxophone has a big gap between these two keys. You can go to a technician and they'll reduce that gap for you and make it easier for you to go from B to B flat. That problem usually happens with beginners instruments. Professional saxophones, they make them so that it's easy to use because professional musicians use the bis key. And it's so important that it's used worldwide. So practice that. If you're going to practice your flats, definitely use the bis key. So let me show you. So let's say you use a G minor. I'm using only this. I'm not using the side key. You know, same thing if you want to do a B flat major. That's my dog. My dog is complaining. All right. So yeah, you want to use the B flat. You can create your own exercises where you practice the bis key. You know, I'm always a proponent of improvisation. So let's say I'm just gonna make this up. So you're gonna go. And then you can go down. You know, just make stuff up as long as it has the B flat and you keep the bis key down. Whatever. So yeah, practice. It takes a few years to get it down really well, but it's worth working on it and practicing it. So I hope this helped. Study your bis key. Don't let people say it's not the real note. They have different qualities of sound, and you might want to use it for different things and interchange it. So I keep looking down. I should be looking up. Anyway, thank you. I hope you're subscribed to my channel. I'm going to be posting more videos. I'm not really a YouTuber or professional, whatever this is, but I do want to share my knowledge and the years of experience that I have playing the saxophone. I think that the technique I have is very good, and I want to share that, what it takes. And reality is that it takes years. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of studying, a lot of repetition. There are no shortcuts. So just practice, study. All right, till the next video. Bye.